So my first question is, how do you determine when it's right to start weaning a baby from milk onto solids?
Well, in the book, they said 6 months, but now I think is, how can I say, evolution, but around 4.5, 5 months, they start diffusing the milk. So you must consider they need something else, something more interesting. But they just need, they always need the bottle of milk, of course. But you can start with a teaspoon of puree of any vegetable, depending on mom. I work with family from all over the world, and I never impose my way. So I always, mom has to have the last word, in my opinion. Nevertheless, they leave me on my own device, most of them. So I will start with carrot puree or broccoli puree, but only one flavor. Usually, I would start with 3 days with the same, let's say, carrots puree for 3 days. Even if they spit it out, this is an important point, I think, it needs to be clarified. When the baby spits out the food, it's not because it didn't like it. It's because they need to learn how to swallow. Mm. They don't know how to swallow, so and it's coming out through the mouth. You just put it back gently, little by little, with the horizontal spoon, not this way, I mean this way. And offer again, little by little, because they don't know what they like. So mom has to be in charge. Mom has to rule and offer what she thinks is good for the baby, because the baby doesn't know what is good for him. And then after 3 days that you offer, let's say, carrots puree, you start with giving another kind of veg. And then after a couple of weeks, you can offer 2 different puree. One can be peas, one can be sweet potato. And first you give one, and after you give the other one. Again, it's not going to be more than a teaspoon. And then the milk. And gradually you offer more, of course. It has to be done gradually. And basically, the baby can eat any kind of food as long as it's mashed and a little portion. You can have fish, just blended. The baby should eat mommy's food blended. She's going to eat lasagna, a little bit mashed. She's going to eat chicken and salad, a little bit mashed. It's a teaspoon, just to learn the flavor. And then fruit. Most that they want to start with fruit, and some they prefer to start with veg. You can mashed banana is the most common.
And also, I've seen things where it's like blueberries you have to cut in half so that they don't choke. Yeah. There are other foods that you think you need to cut. Yeah,
of course. You have to make sure the airways are free. Not like that. No, they have to be right. The baby needs to be right angle. Right angle. And choking is not so easy. It's quite difficult to choke. You can choke with an olive, with a grape, with the blood. So you have to cut into half, of course, even in quarters. And then you can mash at the first weeks. After, I wouldn't mash too much, just to give a little bit of rough. Otherwise, then they're not gonna eat the food. But they get used to everything if you do gradually.
And what's your opinion on like messy eating? Do you like it or do you hate it?
Again, I will go with mom choice. I had mom that she liked with the hand, and the baby put the food everywhere, in the head, in the face, in the clothes, and we have to put a kind of raincoat on the baby and a plastic on the floor, because she thought, because there are so different opinions out there, so you choose the one who suits you more, based on your mindset. Because there are so many different ways. So each mom choose, and I go with her. I say, Mom, I support Mom, unless she let me on my own device. But if she has already an idea, I will never argue with Mom. I will support her with a choice.
How long do you typically stay with a baby at a time? Are you there for like 6 months, a year, 2 years?
I've been with Babe. I'm doing this job for over 20 years. I was a nanny before, and I've been with any length. Oh. Now I work more with newborn babies, but I've been 6 months, I've been 2 years, I've been any length.
And how do you determine when a baby is just spitting up food because of the swallowing, or when they actually don't like something?
They don't have taste. They don't have taste. So when you wean in, they just spit it out because they need to learn how to swallow. You can't say, oh, can you see it doesn't like? No, you can't really say that. They don't have taste yet.
What do you do differently with fussy babies? Like sometimes they like throw food or like refuse it.
Oh yes, I had those as well. Yeah, and I have also the one refusing the food. And nothing, you just have to wait and distract them. There's nothing you can do. They take the ball and they throw it away. Now we have the ball that stick on the table, but yet they won't eat. I had one baby, he was only eat plain bread. Right. If you put a little bit of butter, he won't touch it. Only bread. And for long time he went on only with a little bit of bread and the milk, of course. No way to put in his mouth something else. And I still see him. He's 18 now.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
I see him every year. Yeah.
That's lovely. And do you have any particular ideas of your own on what diet plan they should use? So if Mum leaves you to your own device and you can do what you want, do you have your own certain diet plan that you follow every time, or does it change depending on?
With the new baby start eating? Yes, I will start with veg, because if we start with fruit, it can be more, this is sweet, fruit is sweet. So I will introduce fruit after, when he has tried all the vegetables.
That's really good. And I think you've answered all of my questions that I have for you. Is there anything that you want to say about like your work that you've been really proud of, or a moment with a baby that was like a breakthrough where you're like, oh, well, I've done it?
Well, when I came to London long time ago, I didn't know this job exists. I am an educator from 0 to 3 years old. My subject was psychology, infant psychology. So with this qualification in Italy, you can work in baby nursery. You can open your own nursery, because it is the title, the qualification is educator. But when I came to London, I made compare qualification, so they gave me a BTEC. And I also work in reception class in primary schools with the under 5. I work in nurseries, and I said, but I want to work with new babies. This is what I studied. This is my passion. And I came to know about this job from moms, I think. And I loved it. I said, this is what I want to do. And I love it. I feel blessed because I do a job that I love. I don't even feel tired because I love it. And they say, you don't sleep at night. Of course I sleep at night. Babies sleep all the time. And I love helping moms. I really love help them and I listen. I make them talk so I understand what they like, and I go.
Brilliant. Oh, that's great. Yeah, you've answered all of my questions.